All right, I wanted to post a quick update here. Got some things to do, get to the gym and some errands, but I noticed some things happening real quick. Want to try to give you guys a little bit of insight on this. And I don't know, for anybody who, starts to freak out or wants to sell everything, or it's just your emotions get the best of you. It's always nice if you're not someone who does TA analysis, or you're not somebody who looks at charts much. It seems to be helpful to have those videos to fall back on, or if you were, listening to somebody's video or watching somebody or following their ideas, to see what their update is. So anybody who started following me in the last couple of days, I didn't want to leave them hanging with what's going on right now. I'm sure some people, if they had some bids placed or they're trading, probably started freaking out when they seen this start selling off, and Bitcoin dropped all the way down to 19,100 is basically what you're looking at. So to reiterate on what we were talking about yesterday, I was trying to tell people that regardless of what everybody was else doing on Sunday, trying to get bullish, trying to talk about let's grab this at 19.5 and run it up to 21.5. I seen a bunch of posts, some people talking about 23,000 again. So here's what I try to tell everybody with keeping their expectations within reason for Sunday, and that any of these jumps in here just seem to be, other whales trying to scam pump some things just a little bit. And this chop is just what chops up most traders. I mean, most traders cannot trade in these zones. So what we ended up with is I was constantly trying to say that we were in this range, and it was tight and it was small, and that we were grabbing support around 19.4, and that we could not really bust out of the 19.6 in any way, shape, or form, and that I felt they were continuing to walk us down from a 19.5. The one of the last videos I posted as an update yesterday, specifically quoted the fact that in the midst of trading on some lower time frames, on I think it was on like a 3 minute or a 5 minute chart, I was consistently seeing them run it up to 19,499, 19,497, and then boom, the bears would step in, they'd sell it off, red candles right back down, and that's what it was. So moving forward to here, I continue with my thesis that they're walking us down. The bears are in control. They're bringing us down layer by layer, and just one level at a time. So if you're trading this and you were consistently, over the last say 12 to 24 hours, finding these bounces in the 19.4 range, and then just trying to go for, high leverage, quick scalps up to the 19.5, 19.525 for a while. And then, as I said, it was walking down. It got to where you couldn't even really bust into 19.5 at all. What we're doing now is we've lost 19.5, and then we've lost 19.4. And 19.4, this floor that I kept saying we were recapturing and trying to stay above, and it was support. This is now resistance. Until further notice, this is going to play as resistance. We are having our first real battle with that right now on a 15-minute chart. Sorry, not a five. I tried to post a five, and I don't know, I guess it's too low of a time frame, and TradingView doesn't want to do that or something. So, or maybe I need to upgrade an account. I'm not sure. I'll look into that. So right now, though, on a 15-minute chart, you can clearly see that we are battling for this line. This is not an imaginary line that I'm making up. This is, I mean, it is my line. I did make it up, I guess. But I guess you could say Bitcoin is respecting my line. The trends that I am saying, they're being respected. You can clearly see we are wicking in and just rejecting right literally at my line. I mean, it's not even that it's just rejecting it 19,400 exactly. It's actually hitting 19,403, 19,405, and just rejection. We're currently at 19,385 and just cannot bust through here right now. And that's what we're working on. So we're going to continue to monitor this and see if we can push back above 19.4, reclaim this, and try to grab some momentum once the market's really open to try to go up and really test this 19.5. A lot of times on the weekends, the bears will have, or vice versa, depends on, the narrative, the momentum, if the bulls are in control, vice versa. But weekends can leave one party in more control than another. and that can switch quickly when real markets open and the real players step in. Is, what's BlackRock doing? What's Fidelity doing? What's Grayscale Bitcoin Trust doing? When the real markets open at 6:30 our time on the West Coast, or if you're on the East Coast, you're looking at like 9. When the real markets open, we'll see how this battle really plays out. So I just guess I'll keep this short for right now, and I'll continue monitoring this, and I'll post another video and get you guys some updates here shortly. But be careful as soon as this market opens. There's no real direction yet until the market opens, and we've got a lot of news today. We could also see a pump start through Monday and Tuesday, as I said, last week, and then turn around, and as people get euphoric, we just, go crazy and start selling off as the real Fed meetings and the real information starts coming in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. However, it could be the opposite of that. We could just open up this morning, continue dumping. I mean, look at this. We're already starting off that way. And then maybe the market's open and it gets even worse. We crash down to this 19.1, can't hold this 19.1, and keep leveling down from there. Maybe have a horrible Monday, Tuesday, and as crazy as it sounds, maybe all of a sudden the meetings are what come out better than expected, and that's what gives us relief. If Let's talk worst case scenario, I guess, real quick before I sign off. If we have rough Monday, Tuesday, and then things continue to get slammed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with bad news, what I would expect to see happen is that might actually give us our bottom, or at least help accelerate finding a true bottom. I think that if we could, end up with a scenario like that, then by next week, even if nothing else, even if we're going to continue to go down, by next week, you would have yourselves a relief rally you could count on, probably, because we'd be so oversold by that point. You couldn't not have some sort of relief. Markets do not only go one way. Remember that. No matter if we're going even all the way to zero, even if the whole economy is going to zero, on the way down, there will be bump stops, there will be relief rallies. So, pay attention to that and keep that in mind for lots of different reasons. Keep in mind in case you're trying to DCA down just to get out. Try to figure out when to pile in hard, grab that bump, and start, unleveraging, or, start pulling some risk off the table, as they say. All right, I'll get you guys an update here in a little bit.